has to do with how can you make good decisions before you ever touch that weapon. How can you do some things with that in your face situation and think it's right? So you have to train yourself to think. You know, even people hand out little cards and say, just go through this scenario over and over and over and over. If you're training for the military or the FBI or police academy, whatever it is, you train for high stress situations, an EMT worker, so that when it's there, you just respond to it out of the inside job, right? Then there are the other situations where you have time to think. You don't have to take immediate action. You expect to see someone and they don't show up. You want to buy something and you don't have the money. There's time to think. There's time to make a plan. Most of our situations fall into the second category. We have time to think. We don't have to take immediate action. We can delay it. Even though the other person is pressuring us, pushing on us, and trying to get us to do something right now, we can put it aside for a minute. We can slow it down and think it through. And we need to decide, and sometimes immediate situations can be made into a time to think situation if we think quickly enough to say, how can I delay this situation that's in front of me right now? Maybe I can't. Maybe I can. Can I ask for more time? Can I take a time out? Right? And what we're really after is our risk feelings. Our temperature is high. Right? Here's 2 thermometers. And over here on one side, the risk feelings are high. Boom, it's topped out. Our thinking skills that we've been working on all this time is what helps us take that risk feeling down, take that temperature down, and begin to assess ourselves, the emotions, the situation. Whew, take a breath, reduce the risk, right? Reduce the risk, and apply our thinking skills to help that temperature come down so that we can think clearly. Why is that important? Well, you're normal. That's why that's important. Maybe up to this point you've thought, well, I must be different. I'm always getting angry and I don't seem to be able to control it. Maybe you just don't understand. I'm going to help you understand a little bit here. This is your brain. The frontal lobe, or flow, we'll call the frontal lobe flow from this point because it's easier. The frontal lobe is where you make all your critical decisions. It's where you sit down and say, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do this. You think it out. When you're rested and you don't have a bunch of chemicals in your system and you're working well, your frontal lobe functions well. Your amygdala, Amy, is your warning system. Amy dispenses chemicals to flow whenever you feel angry, whenever you feel threatened, that tell flow, shut up, shut down, I'm in charge, we're going to react, and pushes you into that place called the brainstem, or the reptilian brain, the instinctual brain, the defensive brain. So you're normal when you get defensive, you're normal when you get angry, but you can control it. If you've let Amy, if you're living in continual stress, continual heightened risk, Amy's just running you all the time and you're not making any good critical decisions at all. You're just running on adrenaline and on internal chemicals or maybe external chemicals that you're adding to the mix, making it even harder for Flo to get her job done. Right? So you're normal, but you can control Amy. You have control of your situations. You can make decisions. You can do something different to get yourself back into the frontal lobe and make great decisions instead of instinctual decisions. Sometimes you need that instinct in a threatening situation, but too often we go to instinct.